So we all know what a parlay is, and please ignore the crazy decorations. I'm currently in an Airbnb, but we all know what a parlay is and why they're appealing. You can turn a little money into a ton of money. I'm sure all of us have probably seen massive parlay wins on social media, and I've done videos, tutorials, breaking down the math behind parlays and kind of explaining how you can get an edge and make money betting on parlays. However, there's kind of something right in the middle between a straight bet and a parlay. It's called a round robin, and that's what we're going to discuss in this video. And round robins are amazing. You can make a lot of money with round robins. You can absolutely get an edge betting them and win long term. And again, I love betting on round robins. I don't do them as much as I should. So the point of this video is to explain the math behind round robins and how you can get an edge on round robins and win long term. So again, round robins are right in the middle of a straight bet, where with straight bets, you'll have a higher win rate, but when you win, you're not gonna make a ton of money, right? Like a typical point spread bet at minus 110 odds. If you win, you're gonna turn 110 into 100. So you're gonna have a higher win rate compared to parlays, but with a parlay, you're gonna have a juicier payout. So again, with a parlay, you need every single bet, every single leg of your parlay needs to win for your parlay to cash. If you lose even just one leg, which can be extremely frustrating, if you have a 7 or 8 leg parlay, I'm sure we've all been there, where you win 7 of the legs, you lose the last leg, the 8th leg, and you miss out on a ton of money. And that's kind of where round robins are awesome, right? Like round robins allow you to lose one leg of your parlay and still make a lot of money. So what a round robin is it's right on FanDuel, right below the parlay button. You'll see there's an option to round robin. Most people don't do it. Most people don't look at it. So maybe you haven't even considered using it. But a round robin is just a series of a bunch of smaller parlays. So with a round robin, you need at least 3 picks. If you have 2 picks, you can't run different parlays, right? The only option would be to run both legs of your parlay, both bets as straight bets. That's not a round robin. A round robin is a series of parlays. So if you have 2 legs, there's only one possible parlay. You need both bets to win, right? A parlay is 2 or more bets. So for example, I'll give you an example of a round robin I just locked in on FanDuel. I grabbed Miles Turner over 1.5 threes at minus 113 odds. That looked like incredible value at minus 113, finding value in the market. That's the first step to being a profitable sports bettor. And you can see FanDuel's offering very good value on Miles Turner to go over 1.5 threes. But you can see on FanDuel, I have 2 options. I can run a 3-leg parlay for plus 773 odds, where I'm betting 100 to profit 773, or I could run a 2x3 round robin. So you can see a 2x3 round robin. What does that mean? So what you're gonna notice is the round robin is worse odds than a parlay. That's what you're giving up. A round robin is in between a straight bet and a parlay, so you're not gonna be getting as juicy of a payout when you win every single leg. However, even if you lose a leg, or even possibly 2 legs, there's a chance that you're still gonna make money. So a round robin, 2x3, means you're creating a bunch of 2-leg parlays and 3 of them. So when you have a 3-leg parlay, there's only one round robin option. It's 3 different 2-leg parlays. Now, there's one thing I think is worth mentioning is if you're betting on a round robin, you're probably going to be betting more than you thought. So I'll give you a simple example is on FanDuel. If I put $20 down on this 2x3 round robin, you may think I'm betting $20 total, but I'm not. I'm betting $60 total. I'm placing 3 separate 2-leg parlays. I have 3 legs, right? So I'm placing every possible combination of 2-leg parlays, which is 3, right? So I'm not betting $20. If I go to my FanDuel bet slip after putting down $20, you'll see I bet $60 total. And this is my round robin right here. I have 2 MLB plays and an NBA play. Obviously, if every single leg wins, I'd rather have bet the parlay because again, a parlay is going to give me a juicier payout. However, let's say the Pirates have a bad beat. They give up a walk-off homer and they lose by 3 runs. or 2 runs, whatever, that leg loses, I'll still make money because one of my 2 leg parlays, which would be over 5.5 first 5 innings and Miles Turner 2+3s, if those 2 plays win, I'm going to cash one of my 2 pick parlays. I'm going to lose both of the other parlays that incorporated Pirates run line, but I'm still going to make money. So even if I have a heartbreaking loss on the Pirates bet, I'm still going to end up ahead. So that's kind of the benefit of betting on round robins. So I run round robins all the time, especially 2s by 3, so 3 different 2-pick parlays. So here's another one I locked in for today. I really loved the value on all 3 of these picks. Mookie Betts to get an RBI at +175 was absolutely incredible value. So I could have run these all as straight bets. That's the most conservative approach. If I think the bets have an edge, I could have run them as straight bets. Kept it simple. I could have parlayed them and went for the really juicy payout, but I decided to do both. I parlayed it and I round robined it. So if one leg does lose, I still have the opportunity to make money, which is obviously nice, right? But things start to get more interesting with round robins once you add in 4 or more legs, right? So I said previously, when you have a 3-leg parlay, you're only gonna have one option for a round robin, which is 2s by 3, right? However, once you incorporate 4 picks, then you have 3 different options. You can either parlay it. The parlay is going to have the juiciest payout. If every single bet wins, my parlay will win. I'll turn $100 into $321. Obviously, if one leg loses, even on a horrible beat, I'm going to walk away with nothing. However, when it gets to the round robin, now I have 2 different options. I could run by 2s, and I could run 6 different parlays with every parlay being a combination of 2 picks, or I could run by 3s, which means I could run every possible combination of 3-leg parlay, which means Thunder, Braves, Yankees. That would be, 1 parlay in my 3s by 4. So I could run 4 different 3-leg parlays, or I could run 6 different 2-leg parlays. And again, it's kind of going to be a sliding scale in terms of the payout you're getting. So for example, if you run by 2s, you're only going to have a payout of +107. So even if every single bet wins, you're going to have a max winnings, if you bet $100 on this, of 107, right? $100 total. So $100 total would lead to 107 in profit, which may not be particularly compelling, but again, you're kind of paying for that by doing the round robin. You're kind of paying for insurance where even if one leg loses, you could still make money. Now, if you run by 3s and you run 4 different 3-leg parlays, your odds are going to go up a bit compared to by 2s. So every kind of, increment you go up, you're going to get better odds, but you're going to have a harder, a lower win rate. Let's just say that. So next we have a 5-leg round robin, right? So round robins continue to get more and more interesting, and you'll have more and more decisions as you add in legs. So for a 5-leg round robin, I have a bunch of different options. I could run the 5-leg parlay. That's going to have the juiciest odds, +550. So I'm betting 100 to win 550, but I need every single bet to win. One bet loses, I'm done. Then I have a bunch of different options for my round robins. I could run by 4s. I could run 5 different sets of 4-leg parlays. So even if I have one leg lose, I'm still going to have a very good chance. I'm almost certainly going to make money, even if just one leg loses. And that comes out to +350. So +350 is the odds you're getting on your round robin or the payout, assuming every single bet wins. So for example, this is by 4s times 5. So if I bet $100 total, I'm running 5 separate $20, parlays. So if every single bet wins, I'm going to turn my $100 into $350 in profit, right? +350. Then I can run by 3s, 10 separate 3-leg parlays, or by 2s. I can run, 10 separate 2-leg parlays. So I have all these different options, a kind of a sliding scale where the parlay is the most aggressive, you need every leg to win, and then buy twos is the most conservative, where you're still going to get back at least some of your money most of the time, because if you're betting on 5 MLB favorites, there's a very good chance at least, 2 of them are going to win and get you some of the money back that you bet, because you're going to cash at least one of your parlays. So here you can see a buy threes 6-pick round robin that I locked in. So I really loved the value on Obi Toppin 2+ made threes. I got this off the OddsJam Positive EV tool. I thought it was really great value at plus 130. So Obi Toppin, he's not going to be in every single parlay, right? Again, I'm running 20 different parlays. I have 6 picks and I'm running every combination of 3-pick parlays. My round robin is by threes. So Obi Toppin isn't going to be in every single parlay. And again, I could have run this by twos and I would have had a less aggressive payout. So if I ran this by 4s or by 5s, I'm getting this closer to being like a parlay. The closer you go to buy twos, the closer you're getting to a straight bet, where you're gonna have a higher win rate because you're running everything by twos, which means a bunch of different 2-pick parlays, and you're gonna have a higher probability of obviously cashing at least a few or even just one of the 2-pick parlays, as opposed to buy 5s where you need to win 5 legs. So long story short, that's kind of how round robins work. And what I think is valuable is kind of getting into, how do I find my round robin bets? How do I find bets with an edge? Because again, there's no magic to deciding if you want to straight bet something, run a round robin, and then with the round robin, do you want it to be closer to a parlay by 5s, by 6s, or closer to a straight bet by 2s? There's no secret sauce here, right? Like if a bet is profitable or plus EV, positive EV, it's gonna be profitable as a straight bet, as a round robin, or as a parlay, right? I mean, parlay and round robin is the same. So if a bet is profitable in a parlay, it's profitable in a round robin. So if you have a profitable bet, you could always just run it as a straight bet if you wanted to, right? If it's a plus EV bet, it has a positive ROI, you'll make money solely betting on straight bets. And every single year, I place thousands of straight bets and have made money over the past 6 years. However, with a parlay, right? Some people, and sometimes they're fun, sometimes certain sportsbook promotions require you to run a parlay if you want a profit boost or something like that. A lot of sportsbooks will say, hey, we'll give you a profit boost, but you have to parlay it. And a lot of people are scared of parlays because obviously they're harder to win than straight bets. But again, although this is hard for most people lose money sports betting. If every leg of your parlay, if every bet in your parlay is plus EV, then your parlay is going to be plus EV. I've done tons of videos on the math behind parlays, kind of breaking down how do parlays work? How do sportsbooks set their odds? How do you calculate the profit margin or edge of your parlay? So I've done tons of videos on that, so I don't really want to get into it. But if every bet in your parlay is plus EV, then your parlay is going to be plus EV. So similarly, every bet in your round robin is plus EV, your round robin will be plus EV as well, because all of the individual parlay legs or parlay constituents of the round robin will be profitable bets. So let me take you through how I find my round robin bets. It always starts with using the OddsJam Positive EV tool, which again, it's not going to do anything complicated. Basically, you just put in the sportsbook or sportsbooks you want to look at. And all this is going to do is scan the millions of odds on FanDuel. I mean, all these player props, all these different betting markets, first 5 innings, and point out value. So currently the best play on the board with value is Goldschmidt over 1.5 hits at plus 200. Obviously looks like really solid value. No other book is really even offering above plus 175. So FanDuel seems like a pretty clear outlier and like they're offering a really good line. So I could just say, okay, I'm going to run this as a straight bet. I could do that, right? I could place a straight bet on it. Boom, we're good to go. Or I could say, with maybe a couple of these other profitable picks, I want to parlay it or run a round robin. Again, it largely is personal preference. I want to stress that if your bets are profitable and have an edge, just like this play on Goldschmidt, I've done tons of videos about this. If this bet is profitable, it's going to be profitable in a 3-leg parlay, a 5-leg parlay, a buy 2s round robin, a buy 5s round robin. It doesn't matter. All parlays do is increase variance, right? They lower your win rate, but increase your payout. So over the course of the long run, if you're betting profitable bets, you're going to have the same ROI on parlays long term. Long story short, I mean, that's basically correct. The only thing a parlay is going to do is increase your variance, increase your ups and downs, your highs and your lows. So what I can do is say, okay, maybe I also like this play on the Edmonton over. So now I have 2 picks. There's no option to round robin on FanDuel. You'll see there's only a parlay option because with a round robin, you need at least 3 picks. But I have some hockey value, I have some MLB value. Maybe I'll throw this in. So now I have a 3-pick parlay plus 3206. I could just parlay it if I'm super confident in every pick or I just want to sweat. Or I can run a round robin buy 2s. Again, if I bet $10 total, that actually means I'm betting $30. I'm placing $10 on 3 different 2-leg parlays. Or again, you could go most aggressive plus 3206. So buy 2s, if every single bet wins and I put $10 total on this, I'm going to win $93.70 in profit total. This odds for the round robin is assuming every single bet wins, every single leg in your round robin wins. But let's say I'm like, nah, I want to get more aggressive. I want to add in more legs. I love this value on Ernie Clement. No other book's offering better than plus 200. Now, again, I got a round robin and I have 3 different options. 4-leg parlay, most aggressive, buy 3s, 4 different 3-leg parlays, 6 different 2 legs. Again, it's largely personal preference. If every bet is profitable, it doesn't matter. Include as many of these plays as you want, as few as you want. Well, I guess not as few as you want because you need at least, 2 legs. But let's say I mess with this minimum odds a little bit and let's see what else comes up. Player to win a set minus 280. I don't know. There's some tennis value. Maybe I should increase this a little bit more. And let's see if anything else pops up that we like. So, kind of interesting play, right? Every other book has the over as a much bigger favorite. Pinnacle, even with 6K betting limits, Pinnacle's known to be a really sharp book. They have the over as a much bigger favorite. So maybe we throw this pick in, and then I can decide, okay, parlay or second most aggressive thing, most similar to a parlay, buy 4s, the highest option, the greatest payout of the round robins, or most similar to a straight bet. And then whatever, I can decide, right? So how much do I want to bet? They'll only give me $15 on this. So I can put 5, but I'm actually betting $50 total, $50 total, $5 on 10 different 3-leg parlays. And they just suspended the esports game because the game's about to start. So what I can do is just go back to the bet slip, remove this. The game just started. That play was super good too, so that's actually pretty annoying. So let's find one more leg that we can go with. Why not, right? Why not? The Astros team total over, let's throw that in. I got no problem with that. And then we could include a tennis pick or the Rangers run line. Sure, why not? So now I have a 6-leg parlay. Most aggressive, whoops, I meant to hit the round robin button. And again, this is kind of personal preference. All these bets have an edge. So do I want to run 15 2-pick parlays, 33 pick parlays? Let's kind of see. So I put $5 on this, but it's buy 20. So what that means is I bet $100 total, right? I bet $100 total. Whoops. Here were the other example plays that I all thought were profitable bets. Where is this? Let me refresh this. It's here somewhere. It is here somewhere. That's not it. Here we have it, right? So I bet $100 total. 20 different 3-leg parlays for $5 each. And that's how I found my round robin bets. I keep it simple, make sure every play has value in the market, is plus EV, is a positive ROI wager, lock them all in, It's very much so personal preference on round robin. Do you want to be more like a straight bet, have more consistency, lower payouts, or more like a parlay, bigger payouts, much lower win rate? Where do you want to fall on the spectrum? Anyways, that's round robins. Thanks so much for your time, guys.